Hey, this is Lee Smith here in the Career Center, and this week we are going to focus on LinkedIn for our career coaching session. All right, so a couple of takeaways that I want you all to take away from this is your online presence with LinkedIn, your profile, and networking. All right, so jumping into this introduction of LinkedIn. So when you first, so I have two profiles that I want to show you all, okay, including with our resume and how we're going to pull that. Um, One profile is kind of one that's already kind of completed, which is my regular one. And this is a profile that I'm going to walk through with you all as if I'm a student. So on this first page, guys, what you're going to see is so far as like broad topics, the current topics on what's happening. Also, to even get more engagement to your LinkedIn account, this is a good thing to kind of watch. So these are some of the hot topics that a lot of people are thinking about, as well as talking about on LinkedIn. So, anything in this domain for the algorithm itself will do well. And the more you're in the algorithm, the better employers can, you know, court you, and also, more people that will want to engage with you, and the networking possibilities open. So you do want to be posting on LinkedIn as much as possible, whether that's 1 week for you or maybe twice a week or something like that, to kind of keep your engagement going, because those could be possible networking experiences that you could gather from working with LinkedIn. All right. So this is our opening profile and a lot of the introduction. So what we're going to go through, we're going to kind of go through our basics tabs. So this is our home. This is the networking tab that we're going to talk about. Um, this tab only works when you start connecting with other individuals, and LinkedIn kind of works like a huge web. So you have these things called first connections and second connections. So your first connections would be our base, the contacts within your phone. I'm gonna show you how to upload that, as well as your Walford connections automatically once you use your college email address. It links you to the Walford network automatically. All right. So I'm gonna pop right in. We're gonna also, first things first, want to make sure you always have a really good photo starting. I have one that, that's me speaking, and it's a good topic of interest and intrigue for employers as well as other individuals to kind of look at your page. Now, some of the basic information. Now, you wanna, if you have a header, you could, or a background photo, that would be great to have. If not, just go to the Walford site and just pull one from Walford, and just place that there if you don't have one. So, student at Walford. Now, with this is where you want to sell yourself. This is the headline. So, headline could be so far as what you're searching for, like, hey, I am a first, oh man, first year student looking for. So, what are you looking for? So, for this, I could say, hey, I am a first year student looking for so and so, so and so. We kind of use this from our Handshake account as well. That opening paragraph that you have, that can go here. So for mine's, it was, I best at working with helping you to connect with your clients. So that's something that I was using because I was using it for my media marketing aspect. With you all, you could use this. Hey, I'm a first year student looking for opportunities. Hey, I'm a first year student looking for internship and so on. So, or hey, currently I'm a junior currently a in search of an internship and so and so. So that could be your headliner, because that headliner is the thing that's going to show when someone is adding you or when you're searching for other opportunities. That's one of the things that's going to pop up the most. Okay. Now, should Walford information. This is the city and state where you're from. Right now, I'm not from Richmond or Redmond, so it's from South Carolina. Let's correct that and go ahead and save. Okay. Easy again. You can place a Walford photo here. Okay. Now for added positions. So we're gonna go to our resume, which I'm used to resume from our Walford general resume. And we're gonna use this experience right here, okay? So just from your resume, you can copy. Oh, current title. So hold on, just go back. So we miscopied the wrong one. So paste that as assistant coach, part-time, continue. Where do you currently work? So this is where we go back here, copy that information, paste here, and continue. When you start working here. So it's May 2020, May 2018, and we're gonna place, present. There we go. So I'm currently working there. Add to profile. Location. Oh, having slight trouble there. Copy. There we go. Let's backspace this information. Yep. And done. So we have officially added a job to our experience. Now, if you notice, one thing is important, one big thing is your bullet points that's missing. So you click back on that tab, scroll down to descriptions. And this is why your resume is your base. So we're gonna copy this and paste. Now, there is a cheat code that you could do. So there we go. So I do want to show you this. There's another cheat code that you can do for experiences. So say for instance, there is a link that you have within your job or nice photos that you did for your job or a video presentation that you did for your job. You actually can upload that here. It's almost like a little cheat code because you can't do that in a resume. So it becomes like an online portfolio for you as well. So I do advise students to use this as much as possible. So we've added a job, we added experience. Now, one big thing is adding your skills. Same thing like LinkedIn, we're going to use those. So we add engineering, project manager is good. Do proficient in English, research, marketing is another really good, communication, and I would say finance. Add to profile. Done. All right. So I'm going to add an overall summary, which this is going to be more so like your bio. So we can pull that from our Handshake account if we wanted to. So let's see. Let's create a tab. Walford. Logging in. Then we're going to go right here to our Handshake account. All right, right in our Handshake account, we go straight to our profile. And I'm just going to copy and paste my information for Handshake right there. So that's why you want to make sure that you also visit the other videos as well, because everything builds. So we're all starting now. Yay! Our LinkedIn is ready to go. So we've added one of our jobs, we added work, we've added so far experiences. You can take a skills test to kind of boost that, or have people kind of acknowledge and vote on these as well, and go for there. So finding connections, next big thing. So what I advise students to do, your first 500 connections can act just like a web. So first connection, the second connection. Say for instance, this is a first connection. I want to connect with, Dennis here. Then, but I really want to connect with Tyler, but Tyler isn't here. Is say for instance, he wasn't here. He's a second connection. So I have to connect with Dennis here. Then once he accepts, and I can look at his profile and it'll say second connections, then I will be able to add Tyler. Right now, we're just going to add a couple of people. So 2 invites are sent, and we can keep networking from there. But there's also something I want to talk to you all about past your profile. So networking component. So the networking component, the Walford Alumni Network is one that you could add, but you have to have a little bit more connections with that and be accepted to that. So keep that in mind for the Walford Alumni Network. Now, the young alumni one, you can go ahead and accept yourself to, but you have to be added to the Walford Alumni Network. And from there, you can kind of start working with different alum, asking questions and different things like that. All right, so clicking no, just type in Walford. So it's going to just show me a lot of connections, a lot of students that have graduated. So, hey, again, 500 connections. You just want to add as many people as possible, okay? Right now, it's showing over 10,000 different connections with Walford. And I'm going to show you what it looks like once you start adding as many people as possible in your Walford network. The goal is to remember, the goal is to get up to 500 connections first, okay? Now, contacts. This is a good place to kind of import your contacts, because these contacts here, I'm not gonna do it on this site because it's already ported on one of my, on my main profile. So with this site, it'll port in your contacts, and from there, you can already start connecting with different people, and it'll automatically access those as first connections. So from your contacts in your phone, you actually can port that, or your Google contacts, or your email contacts, either or, okay? Now, let's go over to finish, more of a finished profile. So with this, you can kind of see on the networking side, different students that you can ask questions to, different things like that. And I want to get into informational interviews and how you can start those. And Rebecca's going to nail that in her section. But I'm going to slightly talk about it here. So one thing that you can do to kind of start that process is, hey, you notice here, let's see, there we go. So Raquel Harris is one of our phenomenal alumni. So I am sending her a message. I'm not going to hit send, but say, hey, hello, Ms. Harris. I'm a first-year student. While strolling your profile, I noticed that you are the Director of Diversity and Inclusion. I would love to ask you a couple of questions about your journey and experience working in this field. In simple, Lee Smith, Walford 2024. So with that, you're starting a conversation right now about where you're trying to go and what you're interested in. So your first and second year, you want to gather as much experience as possible. And that's the whole entire goal is to gather that experience. So your junior and senior year, it becomes easier to kind of find internships and jobs because you place in the work your first and second year. So remember, 500 connections. Okay. So that's about it, guys, on the introduction on LinkedIn. And thank you all so much for tuning in with the Career Center this week. And we look forward to seeing what happens on your journey. Thank you.